Good morning, Marty. Hi. I see I got a stripe and a Morris too. Hello, boys. Good morning. Yes, and Jealous Girl's here too. Hi. You ready for your food too? Okay. That's midnight. Good morning, everybody. I already pet Morris one time, but oh, don't go away. I didn't mean to scare you. He's like, Mom, I already let you pet me. Did you really need to pet me on video? And people like to see you. You're a pretty boy. Come back. Here you go. Good boy, Morris. Good boy. Here you go. Alright, I'll leave you be. Is my buddy doing good? Is my buddy doing good? Here, eat the chicken. Eat the chicken first. And then if you're still hungry, you can have some of that manufactured kitty food. And eat the chicken first. I think this is maple. We have everything coming out now. This is my peony over here. That's opening up, putting its stems through the ground, and I don't know, everything is just popping. The rose bush will probably be blooming pretty soon. It's got new leaves on it. I see leaves popping through on that piece of hydrangea back there. Lots of things starting to come out. It's in the 50s right now. We're going to be in the 60s this afternoon. Lots of clouds today. Why can't it be sunny on my Saturday? I think Don and I are going to be able to go over to the Fuquay Greenway Trail this morning. He does not have to log on to work today unless he gets a phone call. So that's good. I got to go to Harris Teeter and Walmart. I need stuff. Hey, boys. Aww. Oh, and here's a Marty. Hi, Mart. Oh, hi. I'll be back in just a minute. Yeah, the St. Patty's guy is back up. It was a GFCI. See, the cars are plugged into the same circuit with those little trickle chargers on the 12-volt batteries, and they were lit up. But they were lit up because they were pulling charge off the 12-volt. Don's in here working on the camera mount stuff on Jules. So how's it going?
Pretty good. It's the screw for the tripod, the 1/4-inch threaded screw that screws into the bottom of a tripod type. Anything goes on a tripod. It's a little long, so I'm cutting it off.
Okay. I'm just piddling in the house. I'm making you deviled eggs for your snack later. We got a couple ribs left over too.
I'll show it when I get done because I've got the plastic up here to protect, so it's the little debris doesn't go everywhere. I'll show you a final picture of the plastic mount that I made that levels out the mounting surface.
Okay,
which was the thing I've been working on. I literally just fixing to start with the Dremel thing, and I would prefer that not to be on camera.
No problem.
You never know what's going to happen.
I came out to say hi, and I didn't come out to put any pressure on you to go walk or anything else. I'm making you deviled eggs, and I'm going to futz with my Legos for a few minutes. So when you're ready, you're ready. It's good.
Yeah. Now, I will warn you, if you're dremeling stuff, this is a diamond blade. It's still going to get hot, so be careful. That's plastic up there, and your screw, which is metal, will conduct heat, and it may melt your plastic, so you need to be careful. So you're going to have to take it slow. Okay. I haven't had a chance to look at this bin of Legos that I bought a week ago. Not this week, but last week. And there's a few parts I probably could use for my current Joker Manor project. And Don's outside, so he won't hear the noise of me shuffling it. So I'm not really going to sort it, but I'm going to look at it and maybe pull out a few pieces that I think will be helpful to the project. This was in the bin, and you know where this is headed, Michelle's house. And I don't know what set this is, but it's pretty darn cool. So I'll be trying to figure that out. But these are some of the parts I'd be looking for.
in here that I'll hold out for my current project, or at least put them in the bag that I have out right now. That's about 30 Lego minifigures there that were in this bin. A lot of them are castle guys, and there's quite a few horses, black and white. So if there was a kid that wanted to have a Knights of the Round Table set up with the castle, this would have been the box for them. There are other interesting things in there, but that's just the highlight I'm going to share with you. These might be useful for the current Joker Manor. These are parts I really super care about. There's this little Ninjago dude in there unopened. Lots of vehicle parts. These kits are from the 70s or 80s. I mean, it was certainly worth what I paid for it. Maybe not my favorite bin ever, which I sort of knew because it didn't have bright colors.
Okay, there's the little platform, and it's cut off to approximately 10 millimeters. It was tricky, I got to tell you, you know, but took time. I had that plastic bag up there, and so I didn't use a cutoff wheel because of the, or ceramic cutoff wheel, because that throws all that black dust everywhere. This way, all I had to deal with was just the metal, you know, the grit, that not all that debris off the cutoff wheel. So it wasn't very messy is what I'm trying to say. And then I took a grinder, and I did have a nut up here, and I've threaded the nut off. And definitely you want to have a nut up there, because those threads are going to get boogered up, and that nut coming back off cleaned up those threads, so that I was able. I'm hoping I'll be able to thread that thing back on there now. All right, here we go. All right, there it is. As you can see, I got it pretty level. I mean, it's not perfect, but this is on a ball, so this pivots around. So hopefully we'll be able to get the camera, and then you tighten this down and it locks the ball in place. So, you know, fingers crossed. I'm gonna mount the camera now. All right, we got it. This is the camera. I've got it mounted, and I got the wire stuck up there, and there's what it looks like. I can adjust that little thumb wheel to pivot the camera. And as you can see, trying to, well, I guess that doesn't do a good job, but you can see that if you look really careful, well, anyway, I'm sure Marianne will put a video in here, but I can see, I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and you obviously, if you look carefully, you can see the driver's seat there. And so I think I've got it. Maybe you can't see my hands down low, so that's probably good, since I talk with my hands. Anyway, I guess I'm okay with it. That original mount that didn't work, the first one, didn't stick, wasn't so tall. It was at least 10, maybe 15 millimeters shorter. This one is a little taller than I want it lengthwise this way, but you know, you gotta go with what works.
So Don did a lot of work, and he got this. We were hoping it's an improvement, better, easier. But this mount, it's a great mount, but it's not going to work for what we want. We're going to try to get a cup holder mount to point here. I'll probably put this in ruby, because I only have the forward facing dash cam in ruby. And anyway, we've got a new setup today. We'll see how it goes for editing. We'll see how it goes for quality. We're going to take a little bit of a different path via Guardian Angel over to the Greenway, and then afterward we've got groceries to run. But we're headed out. Essentially, we're headed on our walk with lots of other things tacked on. Stability control, how it handles it.
Yeah. She just loves potholes. I don't see anybody coming. I'm clear this way. It looks carry that way, so she can take her time. did okay, other than she crossed the yellow line.
Yeah, well, the one thing that's not going to be as great about this setup is me holding the vlogging camera, which I could put the vlogging camera up there, but I thought the phone would be easier, as now I don't have the good sound. Because the sound in this case is not very good, and the sound coming from the dash cam is not very good, and so the sound quality is liable to not be up to snuff too. But the phone is vibrating all over the place, so I highly doubt that video is going to be very usable.
I'm sorry.
I'll look at it when we get to the part, or when, so I can decide if I want to just, take it down and go back to what I was doing for today. Although the cup holder mount's going to have the same problem. So all these people that have, I realize when I'm holding it that it also moves, but this vibration is a different kind of a movement than somebody's hand.
Yeah.
I know it moves when I hold it, but you'd be surprised at how still I am in comparison to what other people can do.
Right. Yeah, I see it in the rearview mirror, and it vibrating. I can see it moving.
Yeah, it's just moving all over the place. People just...
No, that was all on her.
Oh.
She kind of nudged to the, she kind of did a little head fake.
Did she stop for him?
Yeah, she swung over for him. But of course he doesn't understand that. It looks okay that way. Come on, girl.
Yes, okay this way.
Come on,
You're
girl.
clear this way.
Well, she was piddling, so I had to go. This guy
Was coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna jerk her out as she crosses the line up here. I'm
Right,
not gonna
because
let
we're
her.
trying to tell her that that's not right.
Yeah, well she didn't, because that car's there this time.
Wow, that made that much of a difference, huh?
Yeah, that made that much of. I believe that made that much of a difference. Yes.
Huh. Well, I think this will be the first time going through town in this direction. And I could be wrong, but I don't think Jules has taken us this way.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is when I go to meet Michelle. This is the way I go, but I go for a different reason than Jules. I go because I want to play, Pokemon. I go through town, so all the Pokestops are this way. They're not that way. Plus, it's right turns this way, and it's left turns the other way. The distance is probably pretty close.
Alright, so let's see. She should slow down now.
Yeah, it went to 25, but she's gonna slow. She knows it's changed. She just dinged herself for speeding. And way too late, she's actually slowing down. So I just don't get, like everybody said, why she's waiting so long to slow. This house, they're putting the windows and the doors on, and they've started with the siding now. It's really coming along nicely.
Alright, well this is slow. Is it 25 through here?
It's
or 20?
25.
Yeah, okay.
It is 25,
All right.
although I'm hard pressed probably to do 25 most days.
Alright, well I'm going to slow her down to 20.
Right.
That's somebody in the crosswalk car. There you go, girl.
Good job.
Alright.
Well, she really slowed for that person. Well, they're out of the crosswalk now, sweetie. But thanks for not. I'd rather you slow too much than run over the person in the crosswalk.
Right. Well, there was nobody super duper close. What do you...
You know what? That was probably my phone. I think she saw the camera, the phone near the screen, and I think I caused that for you that time.
I have both hands on the wheel.
Right. Well, it does look at eyeballs, but I want to say Andy mentioned that even the passenger having the phone too close to the driver, I think she thought that was you. And she can't differentiate my hands from your hands.
That's right.
Well, that was annoying.
Yeah.
But I feel pretty sure that timing of that one that I caused it. I'm sorry, Donnie.
It's okay.
Well, we're going to park up here at Guardian Angel, so we'll reset I'll just keep my stuff.
Another pedestrian.
I'll just keep my stuff over here.
That's all right. I really wonder how long it's going to take her to recognize manhole covers and stuff like that. Because obviously she's got this incredible resolution. But that's a contrast as much as anything else. But to me, it's going to be something. Alright, there's nobody behind us. So she has time to do the maneuvering here. Now, is she actually going to turn? She's kind of implying she's going to actually turn into the parking lot. Again, there's nobody behind us, so I'm going to let her struggle a little bit.
She's going to choose the second entrance because she doesn't know any better.
Right. Oh, great. There's 15 cars wanting to make a left turn there. She's going to take all day to make that left turn.
Oh, she went. Well, you could pull in.
Wow. She got confused.
Yeah, well, yes. She got. I agree. She got confused.
And that failure has failed before because she has got confused by two driveways being really close together about which way to go. Which way should I go?
This way. Just it doesn't matter where you drop me off.
And where's the door?
Right here.
Okay.
Although they're not being as strict about which door now that
Okay.
COVID is not quite as severe as it was.
And get out of these people's way.
I won't be long. What I'm going in for Michelle is near the front door. If it's still there.
All right.
Well, the rest of the Vaseline glass was sold. You know, I had bought some of it yesterday. I need to show you a picture. Michelle had bought some of it yesterday. She was going to gift it, but then we looked it up and tested it out and decided it was a really great deal and we wanted the rest of it, but it's gone, of course. That's one of those things you piece together a set as you find pieces. Here's Don. I wasn't in there too long. I had to make a quick pass. No Legos.
Or whatever else. So anyway, I thought those two things were interesting to put together and see what you all think. Yeah, I think
it had sold.
Oh.
I made a quick pass.
Flabbergasted. I guess I should know, and that's a good reason to bring this up. Like,
I'm sorry.
That Netflix is trying to manipulate me.
You remembered to turn it off. You did good.
Yeah, well, I didn't turn it off quite fast, but I did turn it off.
Thank you. You did good.
See what it's going to do.
I would probably just take her out of here. That angle over there is hard for regular people. You're still letting her drive.
Well, come on, kitten. I'm slowing her down. She's done nothing wrong yet. I mean, I'm a little
erratic.
There's nobody behind us. Oh, I might have slowed it down too much. That was me. She's stopping here, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Moving forward. Slowly forward. Yeah, you're doing good. Now she's probably going to try to go around this guy. Well,
That's funny.
I let her go as long as I could, sweetheart.
I know.
That other car hadn't have come by, I would have probably did something different. But you know, no human driver would ever be expecting me to pass a guy making a left turn on the left. All right, here we go. And I said I wasn't going to let her, do dangerous things, and that would have definitely been dangerous. But driving up and down the parking lot trying to find a hunt a way out of there, that I don't have a problem with that. I mean, that's what's going to happen until they map parking lots. especially ones that don't have like arrows painted on the ground.
Right. I guess technically she's not advertised to do
Right.
parking lots yet.
Yeah, well,
That's a lot more, you know, city streets are a lot more complicated than the interstate, and parking lots are a lot more complicated than city streets, so.
right.
Yeah, I was just telling Michelle I was sorry that they didn't have any, the glass had sold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know the deal. You should never leave anything that you think you really want or might want, because it'll be gone.
Right.
If you're interested in it, somebody else will be too.
Yeah,
So.
I understand. Okay, that is a red light. She is stopped correctly, and there's, you know. I guess when they redid this intersection, they did put a right turn lane, because there's not a lot of people make right turns here, and that it encroached on that drive, that parking lot.
Michelle says, he's such a sweetheart, you waiting on me to go into Guardian. That you would even stop without giving me a hard time and let me go in to try to grab something for me or her.
Sure.
Her exact words are, he's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Donnie.
She's on my fan club.
She is. They were doing a booming business in there.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah.
The parking lot was
Jumping,
crowded.
yeah.
The checkouts were crowded. They were doing a booming. They were doing a Saturday bit. Well, they're not open on Sunday anymore, and Sunday used to be the biggest day. So,
yeah.
People that want to go over the weekend, they got to go on Saturday now. It would be interesting. There's a blue X. It would be interesting to know just exactly how much revenue they've lost that would be attributable to the Sunday and Monday being closed. I doubt Monday really mattered as much, but Sunday was a huge after church crowd.
Oh yeah.
I know the employees are happier that they don't have to work on Sunday anymore because
Oh, look at all the pretty.
yep, it's been out all week.
Oh,
Yep. Dawn's just getting out.
yeah, I don't get out much. I just work.
Oh, he'd be watching YouTube's not getting out much if you weren't working.
Well, how come these aren't blooming?
Those are Yoshino cherries, and that's like a plum tree.
Oh.
Plums, those bloom, the pink always blooms before the white. Because the Bradford pears haven't opened yet either.
Okay.
Yeah, the Yoshino cherries usually start blooming around April. So another 2 weeks, maybe, something like that, if we're lucky. Because the butterflies come with the Yoshinos usually, but, you know, I don't know. It's 64 out there today.
I've kind of decided if I'm going to leave my... I'm probably...
Yeah, I'm thinking, I've got on long sleeves. I'm probably leaving this jacket I'm burning up.
Yeah. Well, I have short sleeves on underneath, and if I get hot, I can take this off. Oh, look at all the motorcycles.
They're all like,
Well, it's warm enough to get out.
well, I was going to say they've all got big saddle bags or a side seat or an
Yeah,
extra seat. Or I mean, those were some substantial bikes and equipment there.
All right, here we go. Well, they're out for a sale.
Not your little rocket.
All right, turn on your turn signal, car. Well, so much for that.
Well, we come to sort of think that once she knows she has the lane and the right-of-way, she doesn't signal. But, you know, she's got the right-of-way here because it's a yield. And, yeah, she's never done this before for us.
Yeah, I'm going to pull her up a little bit.
There's no way she could see that. I don't know how in the world. Well, I guess maybe the side camera pointed back, but still.
Yeah, well, I pushed the accelerator and kept my foot on the accelerator, not slammed it down.
And looked for her.
And looked for her.
Yeah.
I might have let her do it a little bit more, but again, there was somebody behind me.
looks like it's gonna rain any minute.
Yeah, it does look awful.
Better keep my phone over here to myself. I don't want to
Yeah, really.
cause you another ding. I mean, that was clear as day that I caused that with my phone, and you were, I mean, had nothing to do with you, and it could have been some of those other times too. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, there is no rain.
Good.
A couple 100 miles off the coast, but nothing nearby. The closest rain is Wisconsin and Iowa. Maybe some fringe in the eastern Texas, but it's very light.
This truck is pretty close to my bumper. So I'm going to turn on the turn signal a little earlier than she would. Actually, I'm just going to do this. Because she's not going to make that right turn anyway. Excuse me, the left turn into the parking lot. But we can.
But we can park. You know, she's supposed to start putting up multiple choices for parking spaces, and I don't know if we have that code on or not.
Well, she's got P. I'm going to let her go down here and do another P. Come on, baby, do a P. Oh, come on now, do a P. Oh, she put up a P, and that's all she's done.
Well, there's all these other choices, Jules. I mean, seriously. What's up with that? I don't suppose she'll offer it in reverse.
Right. Well, I'm going to try it again. There's nobody coming.
Right. We have the parking lot.
To ourselves. And
At
there's
least
no
driving,
pedestrians.
at least driving wise. But that was sort of like, what in the world?
Well, I'm going to drive right up the middle this time. That time I was driving, she was not driving. I'm going to drive right up the middle this time. Oops.
Yeah, you got a little close to the Subaru.
Yeah. Nice. Well, it curves. Come on, it's a parking lot. Oh. She only put the P.
There it is.
Alright. There we go.
She's only giving you one choice. So she's going to put you right next to that car.
Oh, she's the next one.
Maybe she bumped.
Yeah, she did. Alright. Nobody's coming.
Well, you were able to talk her off a cliff because I swear she had chosen the spot right next to the SUV.
I should have went down one more maybe.
You may not have the release that gives you multiple choices, but she's supposed to give you choices to pick from now. And I don't know exactly what software version that's in. But I heard that was coming or was already out, one of the two. All right, Don used his fancy technology. We're supposed to have rain Monday night into Tuesday morning. But not today or tomorrow, so that's good. Although, like I said, it looks like it could rain any second here. We left our jackets on. We'll take them off and wrap them around our waist if we get too hot. It's just a little bit of a breeze, and with no sun, it was not quite ditch the jackets weather.
Yeah, I'm comfy right now.
I told Don I missed him. We didn't walk yesterday. We didn't talk yesterday. We didn't.
Well, she did enough talking on the phone to those
warranty people.
Warranty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a refund request ticket number message to me from Samsung, and I went in and I had to pick a payment method, and they default to something you buy from Samsung.com, but they will do a Citibank, I forget what they called it.
Yeah.
Citibank something, but they really didn't give you details about that. So
I also warned you, and if this doesn't work, we're not going to give you any money.
Well, it says if you only get to choose once, so choose appropriately because you won't be allowed to switch it. I'm like, well, why would you do that? I mean, why do you have to be so, I don't know. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of things to trip you up. I actually woke Don up from his nap to read him the categories just to make sure he was reading it the same way I was. Well, it basically said, you know, you're going to bleed out if you choose the wrong thing. So I'm like, but since we already have a new refrigerator, we won't be, you know, we really don't need Samsung.com credit. Let them hold on to our money until we buy something. Oh, and by the way, if you use Samsung.com credit, in the fine details it said, if you don't use the full amount of the credit, you're forfeiting any leftovers.
Yeah, so if you go buy something.
Right, so what if I need a range that's $1,200 instead of a $3,000 refrigerator? I just forfeit the rest of the money to Samsung?
Yeah, that's what I think it means.
God. Well, because Fuquay's not allowed to have any green areas left, it looks like we're going to squeeze in a few more houses over there. I'm just done with it now.
Aww.
You drive up and down 401 through those construction zones for a few weeks and you'll be done with all this construction too. I had a dump truck yesterday and he literally pulled out right in front of me at 55 miles an hour. Now, I did not slide trying to stop for him. It wasn't that close.
Yeah.
But there was one car right behind me and then nobody for forever. Right. So I wanted to go give him a piece of my mind. If I could have, I would have.
Like I said, I used to want to have a concrete truck, a cement truck, and just drive up and down the road. And it's like, oh, you want to pull out in front of me? No problem. Well, I'm just going to pull out here. You don't want to slow down? If your truck's bigger than my cement truck, you can do that.
Yeah, well, this guy was rude at the very least and a little dangerous too, we'll say.
Oh, well, they got some of that matting stuff that little thing.
Yeah.
That's not, when we first saw that, we were thought it was a great idea, but now that
Well, I never thought it was a great idea, and I definitely don't think it's a great idea now. After what happened to that snake, I pretty much think it ought to be outlawed. You just come put grass down, and if it runs off, you can come put some more grass down. Grass is so highly overrated.
Well, it's really for erosion control.
I get that.
Well, that's what I meant. I think that early seeding like that is erosion control.
Yep. What you doing over here on this side? You guys gotta go back by the water. Well, it still looks very much like winter out there today. We haven't been by this way for 2-3 weeks. Just hadn't worked out. We hadn't been by this way 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a couple, 3 weeks, that's right.
Weather, work, other commitments.
Yeah.
My buddy's got him a nice spot in the sun. Just like Marty's probably. No hit today.
Yeah, it's too hot.
Yeah, the sun's come out and so now we're warm.
Yeah.
Now I'm wishing I had on a short sleeve shirt instead of sleeves rolled up in my jacket around my waist.
So this is like the third one of these I've seen.
That's installed with a little...
Yeah, well, granted, I get it that, you know, all people have to do is move it over and it goes. But the guy installing
Why would you put the bolt there?
Yeah, he should have turned it 90 degrees.
Yeah, because it would have held this pole together perfectly, but then it wouldn't have been in the way of the lid.
I stopped my watch.
Thanks for the reminder.
It took me a second. That was the first time I've done the fit thing on my watch, so it took me a bit. $5.54. Help me when I go find the when we came back. So it said we did 52 heart minutes. We walked for... So according to the Google Fit app on my watch, we walked for 1 hour and 10 minutes, 31 seconds, 3.07 miles at a 22:55 per mile, 313 calories, 5,848 steps. The average heart rate was 101. The max was 126. Looks all good to me.
Yep, sounds good. Well, I'm going to record with the vlogging camera here for a bit because Don wants to see how his moved camera mount works for showing what's behind the car better.
Harris Teeter. Oh, so much for that. Navigate to Harris Teeter. Thank you. There's nobody in the left turn lane in case it wants to turn here. 0.1 miles. This is where it wants to turn. It turned on the blinker. There's nobody zooming up behind me. We have a yellow arrow.
Come on, Jules. Come on, Jules. Come on, Jules. Well, you don't have the student driver sticker on the car today?
I do.
Oh, you put it back on. Okay. I saw you took it off when you watched the car, which of course you did.
Yeah. Well, I
put it back on. Okay.
Put
good.
it back on.
Good, because I think we need it.
Yeah. Well, that car was, Jules was gonna sit there, and then it would just end up the car behind me was not a button. You know. Anyway, the point is.
You told her to go.
I told her to go. I'm sincere. I'm really questioning how self-driving. Look, if every car on the road was self-driving and they all got together in this little
problem resolved.
Well, no, I was going to say if they all get together at an intersection and they all hesitate, they're not going to pull out and, you know, one of them's going to get a little bit further than everybody else and it's going to decide to go. But with humans in the mix, the human isn't going to play by that rule. It's not going to understand it. First of all, it doesn't know the person is a self-driving car. It doesn't understand. So that's why I'm saying it's this mixture, and it's this incredible mixture of one self-driving car and a million non-self-driving cars. I mean, this is the problem. That's going to be really difficult for that kind of stuff, because I guarantee you. You know, Marianne talks about people, she's a human driver and she drives along and people are basically all the time pulling out in front of her, doing all these dangerous things around her. Well, you think they're going to give the self-driving cars, which are even slower to react, a break? No, I don't believe it. I think it's going to be worse. We'll see. I think Elon's got a real challenge there. Okay. So here comes a car. Here comes a car. All right. I'm going to let her go. Okay, go. Go. I had the car. There's people who want to make that turn, Jules.
Indeed. Oh, that was great. I think you guys could have heard that, but Dawn's phone apparently, or the car one, said indeed.
I don't know where it's going.
Yeah, we need to go straight here. So Dawn kicked her out so she wouldn't get in the wrong lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not that complicated to know to go straight here.
Right. Well, I guess I could have let her struggle with it, because there are right arrows marked on the pavement. I don't know that she's using it, because she's not using brake lights. You know, she's not using turn signals. She's not using any other factors. There's lines on the road, and I've got maps, and I know where I'm going. You know, there's an object there. I understand that, but the fact that object has a flashing light that means something, or these other lights on that means something, I don't think she's gotten that point yet. Well, it's burned. The sun has burned off all our clouds.
Yep.
It's downright warm.
Yeah, it's 66 now. I think it was 63, or it was a couple degrees cooler when we started our walk than it is now, at least. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's all wrong. I guess we can make it bigger.
This is true.
All right, here we go, Jules. Now, because of the way this parking lot is, I'm probably going to
Take over
here. This is not her fault. Is she going to go through this intersection? Okay, I'm going to go straight. Because Marianne, I can drop her off, she'll be on, get out towards the curb, and I won't have to do a double twist around in the parking lot. I can just simply drive up and drop her off.
Yeah, when Harris Teeter decided to move from the other location and go in where the old Kroger was, they got a bum deal on the parking lot.
Right, they had a better parking lot over the other one. That's right.
In my opinion. So, Don's driving here. I'm going to stop recording, get ready to get out.
Yeah.
That's not as big an area as normal, but it's back. I see Don, but he might be asleep, and I accidentally left my phone in Jules because it flew into the back seat and I forgot to retrieve it. I had a horrible time at the self-checkout. I want to like this store, but they've really got to do something about the self-checkout. But the girl that helped me and the manager both were very nice.
Like again, I think he could pay Tesla $50, $60, $100 billion for AI, for its AI and robotics, right? And just figure out how to manufacture robots, right? Build a machine to manufacture robots that you can, because once you get the software for robots, then it comes down to making them. My guess is building robots is less complicated than building cars, but I don't know because I don't build either. Well, I heard somebody give a really good evaluation of, or probably a similar way that Elon thinks. If you look at the price per pound for the Model 3, and you look at the price per pound of what a Tesla bot, if you brought that down to the weight of the Tesla bot, it would only be like $6,000 or something like that. In material. It's sort of like a price per pound if you compare like what's you do for a car, versus, there's a lot of ways it's weight in a car, or not weight. Safety stuff. Yeah.
My major trouble in there with the self-checkout was broccoli crowns were not in the system. And people were confused about the number for broccoli crowns so that they could ring it up. And then we exceeded the number of voids that were allowed, so the manager had to come and approve the voids. Of course, he'd already been over to help. So I had to wait again for someone to come over, and it was just like, it was painful. Those self-checkouts in there are painful. They're always painful. So we're headed to Walmart because I need an item, and I've been avoiding going into Walmart at night on Taekwondo nights because I'm not really comfortable with the parking lot. So I told Don we were just going to have to stop over the weekend.
This golf has done a very poor job.
Right. They're blocking your lane when they want to go left. They're blocking you going right.
And the car up there, there we go. There's the minivan's gonna move.
They were waiting for a...
Yeah, now what are you gonna do, car? Now, see, an intelligent car would use that car as a screen. I told it to go.
I understand. Well, you could see through the windows and make
well, plus I'm a human, and knowing that
This is the first time they've had Hot Wheels since before Christmas, and there's some down here. I don't have a lot of time with Dawn waiting on me though, but I'll take a quick look. All right, they had what I wanted.
Way cool. I have to be careful, there's a guy behind me.
Only Jules would actually stop at that stop sign.
Right.
Whoa, Jules, there's a
Well,
second
that was
stop
me.
sign.
I had my foot on the accelerator. That was so it thought it was clear. That was not Jules.
Okay.
That was all me. Jules ran a yellow light.
Well, don't stop halfway in the middle because you know you did wrong.
That was all Jules. That wasn't me.
I don't actually think it was that wrong.
Right.
It was
I agree.
close, but it wasn't a flagrant like, oh, I'm just going to ignore
Well, the
the
slowing
light.
down in the middle was sort of like,
That was the problem.
yeah.
Where did the day go?
Yeah, well, that's what happens. You want to make the right turn? Well, it's too late. The cars are all going now.
Yeah, straight's fine. My phone's somewhere in the back anyway. It fell between the seat and the console and it's back there. I haven't retrieved it. Besides, I can't film and play Pogo at the same time, so I'm sort of done.
Well, all I wanted to do it was long enough so we could
I
see what
understand.
the effectiveness of this
Yeah.
this setup was, you know, because like you said, we'll get a camera, some methodology to focus this thing without you having to hold it.
Yeah, well, somebody had shown racing with that mount there down with their camera on. Maybe the GoPro isn't as susceptible to the shake. Yeah, something coming out from underneath the back of the screen there or the side. I don't know. It's going to be hard to find something that doesn't vibrate.
Right, that's, I would admit to you that the vibration is going to be a problem.
It's real.
Okay, Josie, you going to make this turn here? Yeah, she did it all right. Like I said, she really doesn't worry about those cars in the other lane. She just sees the lane. She doesn't even bother to see it. But that guy, you know, I wouldn't have stayed next to him like that myself. And he did make his left turn, so it isn't like he was trying to get over.
Right.
I'll see what Jules does here, because the person behind me, of course, expects me. Well, that guy went really well. Got out of the way really quick. And the car behind me
Wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, well, they expected me to go to the do a little bit to the jog to the left, and time it. That's that human perception.
Either that or you didn't have your turn signal on because you weren't turning and they didn't realize the postal truck was. And
Right.
so slowing there is not a normal place to slow.
Right. Yeah. Well, as I said, this is this transition time where self-driving cars are the exception, and that people just don't. They're not going to think like that. Okay, me. I wouldn't call that a phantom braking event. She slowed down.
Me either. We all know we're headed to the house. Let's make it bigger. Sorry we keep forgetting.
Yeah, well, I don't ever look at that. I'm always looking out the windscreen.
Despite what Jules thinks.
Yeah, besides what that thing says. So all those animations are for y'all.
How's Martin doing?
He's doing okay. I got a little bit caught up on my podcast. I'm getting caught up on my podcast.
Yeah, you almost need me to shop while you're in the car on the weekend. Nobody can make you do anything because you're in the car and you got time.
I got time, that's right.
If you can just stay awake.
Well, yeah, and I dozed off during Talking Tesla. Because that's why I didn't see you at Harris Teeter. I was asleep when you walked
Why
up to the
do
car.
that? Yeah, when you don't come off your perch very quick, it's pretty obvious you've fallen asleep. Good use of your time. Podcast, napping.
Yeah.
Phone calls with people, friends and family.
Yeah,
if you
I
need
should
to.
probably call Andy or JB. I probably should have done that.
Well, if you'd have had me, if I'd stopped at one more stop.
Well, I guess at Walmart, I'm sort of halfway surprised, but I parked.
That it took so long?
No, it's just that I didn't get sleepy.
Oh.
I futz with my podcast player Patreon thing too, and kind of kept up the subscription. So I'm going to give her a little gas here. Although I have to tell you, she
Wouldn't go. She felt that was not enough space gap for her, huh?
Well, what happened was, I gave her a little gas, and then I said, good, she's going. And then I took my foot off, and then she decided she needed to stop. And that wasn't the right thing, and that's why I just
jerked it out and went across.
Right.
Yeah.
You could debate that was a disagreement between Jules and I about what should have done. The guy behind me, that's a tricky left turn, and I don't want to sit there and waste the green light.
Yeah.
Those people, I don't appreciate when people mosey across intersections when I'm waiting to make, I talk to the person in front of me, go, it's clear, go, and they don't go, they just sit there, they do their makeup, they scratch various parts of their anatomy or whatever it is, they're doing everything but going. Now this is a tricky turn, this right turn. There's nobody behind me, so she's got a little bit of time to make her decision. And I'm hoping in the rearview mirror, when we get home, I can't see, the screen's so small, I can't tell what this camera's showing in the rearview mirror. Now there's nobody here at the stop sign, so this should be she should be able to handle this. Is like ideal, no turn signal. There we go. Now, of course, somebody's making a left turn there. That was okay. But the person, if there would have been a person there making a right turn, that car, the left turns, probably wondered what's going on. But we had our turn signal on, so they should have known we were making that turn, even though we didn't turn where they expected us to. But a person who was trying to exit onto 401 there would have been a little weird with that, the way that she squared off that corner.
Well, I'm personally ready for a stoplight there. Either that
Yeah, I'm ready for it too.
Because they've made it 35 down past that intersection now, coming, south on Main Street like we were just headed, and everybody wants to do 45 or 55. And I'm getting tired of turning on my turn signal and slowing up as appropriate for the curve, and people getting all angry and, revving their engine after they get past me, or getting up on my bumper because they're not paying attention, or I think we just need to slow them down with the stoplight. That'll make them get mad every time they have to stop for the red light.
Yep.
But at least people coming out it'll be safer.
Yep. And they love to put up stoplights. Trust me.
Well, except for sometimes places where they're really needed, but yeah.
Okay, there's a car behind me.
So you're going to just jerk it out and make the turn?
Well, she's doing all right now.
And the person behind you's paying attention and slowing up adequately. And that was an okay. I mean, we come in a little faster there, but...
Yeah, she didn't hang that curve.
Yeah, I've never personally come around the corner that slow, but...
Yeah.
Oh, I was not in 1080.
Alright.
Oops, I wasn't in 1080.
How is she going to do it? Is she going to run off the road today? Wow, that was not bad.
That was not
bad. Not
bad
bad at all. I can accept that.
I'm going to have her do that multiple times in a row, though, before I believe it.
Well, if it had been as nice as this, here, I'm just going to take her in.
We've got a plan for the driveway.
Yeah,
maybe if it's a nice day tomorrow, we can execute on that plan.
That's right. We have a plan, but right now, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. It's hamburger night. I'm making extra chaffles so that We can have a breakfast sandwich, if not tomorrow, then Monday sometime. While I got the waffle iron dirty and going through the process, might as well make extra.